Why Village? Why Mamaroneck? Since 1997, Village Pizza and Pasta has been a staple of Mamaroneck. In fact, it's hard to hear people talking about the culinary offerings of Mamaroneck High School without the word Village coming up. But underneath all that, ignoring its convenience and established name, how good is Village really? Today, I went in with my 4 co-hosts to review their menu. From Mamaroneck Public Radio, this is Luca Mince-Moyer reporting for Eating Mamaroneck, Episode 1, Village Pizzeria.
Hi, I'm Jacob Kuhn, one of the co-hosts of Eating Mamaroneck. Today, I got an item that I consistently fall back on when I'm hungry, the pepperoni roll. I think to me, the pepperoni roll is a perfect snack as it is just enough to get you a sufficient amount of food, but not leave you too full. I would say that the pepperoni roll is reasonably priced, though quite small. The price was roughly $3, maybe a little less. The taste, however, makes up for what it is lacking in size. It's a very soft dough, yet not too chewy. I feel that there is a perfect pepperoni distribution throughout the roll, and the cheese is stretchy and flavorful. In terms of price, I think that it is very fair. It's only $3 for a nice snack. I gave it a 6 out of 6. In terms of taste, I gave it a generous 9 out of 10 upon my first reaction, but now I'm leaning towards a 7 or 8 out of 10. In terms of speed of service, there's not much room for error. I think the service was good, but not great, especially considering past experiences and the restaurant being empty on the day of the review. I don't feel it's deserving of 0, however, so I reluctantly gave it a 1 out of 2. Though I understand how it needs to be heated up and prepared, I still feel like I was waiting too long for a couple bites. Service could have been worse, but it could have been better. As for the menu variety, I think it has the menu of an average pizzeria at best. I think that there are definitely other places that offer a wide variety of options, thus I give Village Pizza's menu a 2 out of 4. Finally, let's talk about practicality for MHS lunch. I think that Village Pizza is as convenient as you can get. It's a minute walk, maybe 2, from the entrance of MHS. However, as I mentioned earlier, it takes a while to prepare and it's small, thus difficult to consider as a lunch. However, its convenience alone raises it to a 2 out of 3, bringing my total ranking of the pepperoni roll to a 19 out of 25.
Good morning, Mamaroneck. My name is Robbie Grimes. Today, in this trip to Village Pizza with the boys, I got a chicken roll, which I was fairly disappointed.
Oh, really? Oh
So, I don't know if you guys saw because we all paid separately, but this thing was $7.
$7.
$7, and I was kind of really upset about that because I mean it's a solid sized food, but it was definitely not a $7 meal.
food?
Yeah, it was definitely not a $7 meal.
$5 maybe?
I would say
What would you price that at?
$4.50.
$4.50.
That's what I'd
They
price
kinda
it
round.
at.
That's a whole $2.50.
I get it,
$2
inflation, but you gotta have it a little bit cheaper.
I
For sure.
So for price, the score was out of 6. I gave it a 2 out of 6.
2.
I had to be a little harsh there. Taste out of 10. Honestly, I'm a big chicken roll guy. That used to be my thing if I ever went to Village during the day, which wasn't often because I don't really like spending money. I get a chicken roll. But today they didn't really warm it up that much, so it was the cheese was kind of solid and wasn't melty.
Really?
So it wasn't very good. So I gave the taste out of 10. I gave it a 5.5 out of 10.
decimals.
Speed of service. I was actually in the bathroom for most of the speed of service.
A very long time.
A very long time, yeah.
I had to go.
Yeah, Robbie, that was impressive, to say the least.
Thank you.
You had to go, alright.
Thank you. Yeah, guys. But as far as speed of service, honestly, I feel like they could have taken a better time. I think it's more of the quality of the speed of service because
The quality of the speed.
it was quick, right? It was quick.
Yeah.
But then it was bad because it was quick.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna give the speed of service
didn't
1
warm
out
up
of 2.
Or you like it when they play games with you.
No, I like it
Go
when they
up real
take
hard
their
to get.
time and warm it up the way that it's supposed to be warmed.
Well, it did take quite a long time from my perspective. Obviously, time flies when you're having fun for you, but
We'll
I-
get to you.
I found that it was quite quick. So
Okay,
good to
well,
hear.
we can always agree to disagree.
quite
here.
quite slow, sorry.
So for menu variety, the score was out of 4. Honestly, it's a pizza place. It's kind of your regular pizza place. They have a couple cool things. White got a stromboli, I think. That looked pretty cool.
It was alright.
But I give it like a 2.5 out of 4. I mean, they don't really have like crazy stuff. They have pretty solid
Pizza.
plethora of items. But other than that, it wasn't anything shocking. Practicality for MHS lunch. This one might I might lose some people here, but I gave it a 2 out of 3.
A
while this is probably the number one spot that MHS students get lunch, it is so much money. And practicality has to incorporate a price aspect to it because they both start with PR. Coincidence? I don't think so. So practicality for MHS lunch, I gave it a 2 out of 3, and that brings my overall score for Village Pizza on the first episode of Eating Mamaroneck to a 13 out of 25.
Scathing.
Wow.
And
Slow.
I love the place, but I got to be honest, to them and to myself.
I'm Phil Martinson, another one of the co-hosts of Eating Mamaroneck, and I indulged in the culinary delights that was the buffalo chicken pizza. A generationally perfected dish, the buffalo slice is likely to seduce your taste buds into submission, answering and responding to your every craving, going above and beyond on every aspect of taste-induced
There's a
dopamine.
lot of aspects.
Yeah,
It's like perfect.
no.
Okay.
Bill, this buffalo chicken slice or Sydney Sweeney?
Let's start with the sauce. The sauce brings together the two major aspects of the pizza, the chicken and the dough.
Not the cheese.
No.
Okay. Ignore the cheese.
As you bite, you instantly feel the soft texture of the chicken on your upper central incisors, followed by the crunchiness of the perfectly baked dough on your lower incisors. Then the sauce comes back in, forging an all-out crusade on your tongue with the succulence of the chicken, resulting in an effect unmatched by any other form of pizza. The cheese only adds to the lusciousness of the sauce, accentuating the bite to a point where your idea of a simple pleasure
That's a
is
word you can
utterly
use.
revitalized into a world where essentially chicken on bread can provide ample battleground to challenge your worldviews on pizza.
Worldviews.
Now let's get to the rankings.
Was that just the prelude or like?
The price, a fair one considering the quality,
One.
is $5.
$5. So. Wow.
This can be considered expensive, especially since one slice is not quite enough to fill the average human. But throughout my extensive
Are
research,
you average, Bill?
throughout my extensive research into the world of pizza, that is a fair price. For these reasons, I will be giving 5 points out of 6 possible points to Village Pizzeria for their buffalo chicken slice price. Let's continue with the taste. As specified, the culinary journey that this pizza took me on was unmatched for a slice of pizza. However, the profuse levels of flop on this slice resulted in an unfortunate incident where one of the pieces of chicken fell onto the rise of my pants. For these reasons, I will be giving the buffalo chicken slice a ranking of 9 out of 10 possible points in the
Wait.
taste department.
I'm sorry,
Did
did
that
you
add
say
to it?
did you say on your pants?
Or in.
On the rise of my pants. This is the rise
Okay.
area.
For our listeners at home, the rise of his pants is a lap. But
So-
it tastes different after.
Is that a taste thing?
It
though?
touched your pants.
planning on not washing your hands?
No, but I had to wash it immediately after.
Just how fast was this, Bill?
The speed of service is extremely swift. It could range from 20 seconds to 3 minutes, all short amounts of time. For these reasons, the speed of service is an obvious 2 points out of 2 possible points. The menu variety is very standard for a pizzeria on a similar caliber as Village Pizzeria. Pizzas with various toppings, as well as some other dough-related concoctions. For this reason, I will be giving Village Pizzeria a menu variety score of 3 points out of 4 possible points. Practicality for MHS lunch is unrivaled at Village Pizzeria. It is the closest institution for commerce at the school and takes under 1 minute to reach the establishment. For this reason, I will be giving Village Pizzeria a score of 3 points out of 3 possible points for practicality. The final rankings of the buffalo chicken slice is a well-earned 22 out of 25 possible points.
Hi, I am Wyatt Lenegro, yet another Eating Mamaroneck host. And for my Village Mamaroneck pizza and pasta visit, I purchased stromboli.
Much to the dismay of the producers, by the way.
It was a last-minute decision. But as a consumer, I need to have full autonomy in my purchasing choices. So I went with the stromboli. And let me tell you, it was an interesting experience. let's start with the price. I don't actually know how much I paid. I forgot to look, but I'm going to base my judgment off of the prices of some other.
It was probably $7.
It was probably which means
$7.
it was akin to armed robbery, but they were not armed, and I consented.
Like Daniel Jones with the Giants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Same
like that.
price.
So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10, 3 out of 6, not 10 out of 6, because I just need to counterbalance Jacob's abhorrent take. Anyways,
That's really cheap. That is.
You don't
let's
know
let's get on to a slightly better territory for as a consumer, right? I care a lot about the tastes that I consume,
as you should.
as I should. So let's get to the taste, right?
As a consumer.
As a consumer, I don't love grease, and there's a lot of grease, right? A little grease
It's a health risk.
I can consume, but as a
Like you're
consumer,
talking
I
about the country.
cannot tolerate like when it gets everywhere and it's all over your hands and your face. And I gotta say,
Or Ville's pants.
What part of Greece do you not like? Athens? Santorini?
Santorini's great.
Thessaloniki,
Thessaloniki?
is that how you pronounce it?
That is how you
As a
pronounce it.
consumer, I don't really.
I'm big on Greek.
He's an
gods,
American
though.
consumer, guys.
Anyways, this grease, as a consumer, was not rocking with it. So that's gonna take it below it down. And I also gotta say, as a consumer, I don't like when they take my pepperoni and my cheese and they segregate them and they put them in opposite parts of my stromboli. I need to consume a joint operation, and I did not have a joint operation, so I'm gonna give it a nice 7 out of 10 for taste. There was a lot of stromboli in my stromboli. As for the speed, as a consumer, I need to consume rapidly, and I gotta say, it was pretty swift, right? Robert Grimes, as has been said before, had a bit of a bathroom expedition.
Dude.
And as a consumer, the entirety of my stromboli was constructed in the duration that Robert was in the bathroom.
He was in the bathroom for a long
Which,
time, though.
granted,
Yeah, it
was
was
a little
not
bit
too
wild.
long.
A little wild. But I also gotta say that, as a consumer, I would never eat without Robbie anyway, so I didn't need it before he got
Aw.
back. And it was probably like a minute or two. So I'm gonna give it a nice 2 out of 2 for speed. For variety, it says village pizza and pasta. But as a consumer, sometimes I want something more. And all they had on the menu was pizza and pasta.
Yeah, like they should do like village pizza and pasta and cheeseburgers. or something
Dude,
like
that would be insane. You should actually
It's gold mine.
go my cheeseburger.
Mm,
So as a consumer,
cheeseburger.
I gotta say,
Pizza.
Pasta
and broccoli.
I hate broccoli on my pizza.
I love broccoli.
Okay.
Broccoli.
That's insane. As a consumer, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 4.
Vegetables.
They had pizza and they had pasta.
I didn't even see pasta.
Honestly, you're kind of right.
Fruit.
I think it's just
love
pizza.
fruit.
Well, it was like pizza and then like Italian bread constructions,
Yeah, the bread things.
which I like.
Yeah.
That's what I got at Stromboli. Practicality
Pizza
though.
and dough.
I gotta say, being across the street from Mamaroneck High School is quite practical. I think a somewhat intelligent man once said it's only a minute. To
I'd say
get
30 seconds if
30
you run a bit.
Well, I don't like it.
Get the
As a
crosswalk timing
consumer-
right.
As a consumer, I'm a bit.
Yeah, you have
But,
stuff to do.
Phil said he sprints so you can get there under a minute.
That's fair.
Did
Beat
you
the
get,
lines.
Did you get hit by a car that one time?
That was me.
13
Oh,
seconds.
yeah, it's 'cause he
is
didn't
my
run fast
personal
enough.
record.
I was on a bike.
13
He didn't bike
seconds.
fast
Wait,
enough.
did you actually? I was making a joke.
No, I got run over by a car in Trader Joe's. For practicality, as a consumer, it was right across the street, very quick, very rapid, very practical even. Nice 3 out of 3. As a consumer, I like it swift and easy, and Village is swift and easy. It's right there. So I gotta say, as my final tally, as a consumer, I'm gonna give it a nice, even 17 out of 25.
Nice and even.
Nice
Yeah.
and even.
Good review.
All right.
I had a pretty, I'd say, similar experience. At Village, I got a Sicilian slice, and it was $5. So, Sicilian slices, those are larger than
I am Sicilian.
other pizza slices. Yeah. You made it for me or no?
I thought you-
I'm not
I-
worth $5.
I thought he just said he was.
Oh, yeah.
Greece.
That's true. You spent it all on the on your stromboli?
I thought he just said he was Greece.
No. Grease got on Ville's pants.
Oh,
no,
he
the
felt-
grease got on Wyatt's.
There was
Was
lube
it on
in your
the
pants?
the
No,
lip of your pants? Would you call
The
it?
chicken got on the
There
rise.
was no grease on the
rise
chicken.
of my
pants.
pants. Not the grease.
Anyways, so it was larger than the regular pizza slice, but I still have to give it a 3 out of 6. It was
Whoa, scandal.
Yeah, it was overpriced. It's around a lot of other overpriced restaurants as well. I get it. You're by a high school, you can inflate prices a bit, but it's still overpriced. Anyways, so the taste, I was pretty happy with the taste. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Only real complaints, I think, were maybe a bit more cheese, and the corner was a bit crunchy for my liking. But overall, aside from that, pretty perfect pizza slice. Warmed up well. I don't know what happened to your guys' food.
I always like to have marinara sauce on the side when I have pizza
Did
for
you
my
put
crust.
toppings on?
Nope.
'Cause I
Or
love
even
dipping my
like
crust
the
in marinara
what's
sauce.
like the shakers they got?
No, I had to do
Parmesan
my
cheese.
review
No,
in
no,
the
no, what's
purest
the-
form.
Oregano.
Oregano.
Yeah, no
Oh.
oregano, no marinara sauce, just the Sicilian slice.
I mean,
To see
that's
how good it
like
really
like
is.
a virgin slice.
Yeah, I mean, that's the baseline. It's the base of what they
That's the
offer.
correct term. I use it right.
Speed of service, Robbie didn't take that long. I think Ville's exaggerating. He didn't take that long in the bathroom. 2 out of 2, easy. Took them a minute, 2 tops to get all of our food out. 5 different orders. Yeah, I don't think it can be top. Menu variety, though, I have to give that a 2 out of 4. As
Only-
Wyatt said, it's just pizza. Not even the pasta. They lied on the door sign. Yeah, pizza and dough, and there's only so much you can get
Pizza is
with that
just
little
dough, so
variety.
it's
Yeah, it's just
really.
dough and more dough.
Pizza, pasta, and
No pasta, just
Dough.
dough.
Practicality for MHS lunch, though, I don't think there's anything more practical or closer to Mamaroneck High School to get food at. It's an easy 3 out of 3 to me. Can't be beat. I would get Robbie's complaints with the price, but I think everything around the high school is as expensive, if not more expensive, so it
But
has to be
you
a
can
3 out of
always
3
you
for
can
me.
always reach higher. You should never settle.
Interestingly enough, they don't actually list chicken rolls in their title. It's pizza,
I was-
pasta, and no chicken.
I was gonna
but
say,
it's-
would you rather
They
if they
don't list
changed
it.
their name to
It's a
Village
secret menu
Dough
item.
and Dough, would you give it a higher variety rating?
What if they change it to just Village?
I wouldn't give it a higher variety rating, but
But it's
I'd
not
be
a
more
village.
willing to recommend it to my
Peers?
peers. Yeah, I'd respect it more as an institution.
Mm.
Yeah, so overall, 18 out of 25. Pretty solid restaurant, pretty solid Sicilian slice. I thoroughly enjoyed my time there. We averaged out our ratings, and Village Pizza got an overall score of 17.4 out of 25, with a 3.5 out of 6 for price, 7.5 out of 10 for taste, 1.6 out of 2 for speed of service, 2.3 out of 4 for menu variety, and a 2.4 out of 3 for practicality for MHS lunch. Village clearly lived up to its reputation as a top food option for MHS students.
As expected, it is a tad overpriced, but the food's quality and the incredible service easily makes up for it. We'll see next episode if their deli neighbors can match Village Pizza's Eating Mamaroneck stamp of approval.